Yeah. So I saw this program that David Attenborough had produced on the television called Blue Planet. Okay. It's all about how plastic is eating up this world. Yeah. And I thought, good God, you know, this is serious stuff. But next morning, I knew what I had to do. 2017. Okay. I am going to work plastics. So I started off the plastic campaign, whilst now I'm becoming part-time at the hospital.
No, one sec. But what gave you the confidence that because the community was already in place, you just thought you'll take the thought forward with them, or this entire plastic thing just
It,
resonated with you,
it,
and so you went ahead? What gave you the courage to go ahead with something like that? And
Rashmiji, I think to explain that would be not easy. I think to me, it's like a divine inspiration. Yeah. Now, you know, when you have an idea, right? Like you talk about Gandhiji, for example, and I can't compare anywhere near there. Yeah. He's fighting for something. Yeah. He believes in something. And slowly he has to convince people about his cause. Okay. And it wasn't easy for him.
Yes, it was.
And, you know, a lot of criticisms. And, you know, a lot of people are like crabs. They want to bring you down. Okay. And because they want to be recognized, but they can't do it. Yeah. So those crabs, either you kill them, yeah, or you tell them you go somewhere else, or you say, join me, and you'll become a master crab with me. Okay. So there are various ways of doing it. So initially, even the Friends of the Earth, yeah, said to me, but now I was a professor, you see. So Professor Gatrad, what about this thing that you've done? I don't think we as Friends of the Earth are a global organization. Okay. We've not been able to do it. So you're just wasting your time. So I said to this chap, Ben, I said, Ben, yeah, you've never worked with me. All I'm saying is let's do our best. Okay. Because WASUP is, by this time I thought about the word WASUP, World Against Single-Use Plastic. So I said, it's Walsall against single-use plastic. But one day, mark my words, Ben, it's going to be World Against Single-Use Plastic. But I want people like you to be on board, not on board. Okay. 1 year down the line, I've got hold of schools, teachers, whatever. Because see, the difficulty I had was not difficulty. Sorry, the advantage I had was a lot of the school children were my patients, mostly white people. Okay. So I used to, you know, get the messages to the teachers, headmistresses, whatever. So we had a steering group meeting of teachers. Okay. And then it clicked. Teachers are on behind board, council is coming on board, and I've got a few other. By this time, what happened was that I was suddenly made what's known as Freeman of the Borough of Walsall. Now, Freeman of Borough of Walsall is huge. Yeah. Okay. Because when I was at the Freeman of the Borough of Walsall, a Lord Lieutenant to Her Majesty the Queen came along, and he said, approached me afterwards. He says, I've seen all the country work you've done in all the countries. Would you like to be a lieutenant, deputy lieutenant to Her Majesty the Queen? Can't say no. Okay. So I became a deputy lieutenant to Her Majesty the Queen at that point in time. But prior to that, I had just been made OBE, yeah, because of the work I had done for access of children into hospital. And that access for children is what gave me the fact that I dropped the birth rate in Walsall. That qualified me for being the Freeman of the Borough, because OBE, which was lovely to get from the Queen, that I got in 2002. But in 2015-16, I got the Freeman of the Borough of Walsall. And at that point, the chap came along from the Queen's office, and he offered me the Queen's deputy lieutenancy. So that opened up a few new doors. Yeah. But now remember, I've got WASUP, I've got Queen's thing going, and now there's nobody can stop you now. Okay. So then Lord Lieutenant to the Queen, a new one had come on by now, he launches my Walsall Against Single-Use, and he says to everybody, all right, that, mark my words, this is going to be World Against Single-Use Plastic. So 2018 that happened, right? And this is where we are 5 years later. and with your Bollywood people that we spoke to earlier on. So yeah, things have really moved on since then considerably in the last 5 years. So the operations still take place, which is my charity, still goes on. We raise the money, etc. My clinical work helps support my charity. My deputy lieutenant work carries on, and my WASUP work carries on. So all those 4 things carry on. So I think there are 24 hours in the day. Okay, so I would imagine probably 16 hours are spent doing one thing or the other related to those 4 things. Yeah.
Wow. I think even just looking at the count of 16 hours doing all those 4 things is 4 hours per thing is so beautifully visually possible and doable for somebody like you. But at this point, Professor, I would like you to just take a step back and, like Steve Jobs said, look back and connect the dots. And what is the biggest dot in the center for you that brought it all together and united it to you?
One word: faith.
Faith. Okay. I
Yeah,
love
yeah,
that word. I
yeah.
love that word.
I think without that, and without your feeling that if you are totally selfless, and everybody's selfish in different ways, what's in it for me? And I can't say that I'm not like that at all. Yeah, there's always, I do things, what's in it for me? Yeah, sure, I'm a human. Yeah, but then when I think you see selfless service, where there's nothing in it for you, and where people are sitting under a tree and they don't know who's providing the shade. Okay, now that is, when that happens, yeah, you get sukoon, you get the feeling inside which you can't describe. Okay, and for that, I think, wow, I think to be able to feel that, it's like you're saying to your mom, Mom, I love you. You can't describe what you feel for your mom. She knows what you are saying. She knows what that word love means. Yeah. And that's what I'm talking about. It's that sort of feeling which you can't describe. Yeah.
Professor Rashid, now that you have said how global this has gone, WhatsApp, is there any symbol or logo that world over as a common language? Because languages are different. So is there any symbol
Absolutely.
that you use to get all the members together or members understand the language?
I think talking about languages, just deviating for a minute, during COVID, the general advice that you give to people during COVID, and you mentioned about pandemic, I was able to translate it into 15 languages because I've got contacts here, there, and everywhere. And we sent it in Portuguese, we sent it in Mandarin, we sent it in African language, we sent it in Hindi, we sent it in Urdu. So we did all these things. Yeah, simple languages, keep away from each other, wear masks, blah blah. Okay, and our Patna place in Patna actually did masks for the poor people, free of charge. Yeah, supported by us from here. So that's it. But your question, actually coming back to the global situation, we've got a website, which is www.wasupme.com, WASUP.com. And we've also got a logo. But international sign is actually this, like a W, which is World Against Single-Use Plastic. WASUP. So everybody would know that. South Africa, Malawi, India, Pakistan, you name it, WASUP. Yeah. So if you're doing any work for WASUP, you don't have to have any logos or anything with you. You can, if you do anything to us, you say, we've today worked for WASUP, WASUP. And then everybody knows that you're part of the journey, part of the family, global family. All volunteers. Nobody gets paid.
Awesome. Awesome.